Good morning, children. Previous classes we were learning about tenses, but today we are going to learn about lesson 17, adverbs. I hope you all might have understood the three kinds of tenses and its different parts, like a present tense, past tense and future tense, and its continuous tense of it. Okay? Now, today we are going to learn about little different. In the beginning, I had taught a lesson with different classes. Okay? In parts of speech, there are 8 classes I had taught. Can you remember? At least few. Yes, noun, preposition, pronouns, conjunctions, interjunctions, verb, adverb, adjectives. Okay? But today we are going to learn about adverb. What do you mean by an adverb? Adverb is a verb that adds meaning to the verb. Okay? Adds something more about the meaning. What is that? An adverb adds something more to the meaning of a verb. Okay? Open your textbook, page number 54, and underline that line that I am reading it from your textbook with your pencil or pen. Okay? What is an adverb? And repeat the sentence with me. Then it is easy for you to learn it. An adverb adds something more to the meaning of a verb. Okay? For an example, they talked softly during the class. How did they speak? Softly. Which is the verb in that? Talked. Okay? So, which is the verb in that? Talked. Which is the adverb is coming there? Softly. How did they talk? Softly. Okay? Then, see the second sentence. The movie started late. When did the movie start? Late. Which is the verb in that? Started. Okay? Is it clear? That is the verb and the adverbs. Okay? Start is the verb. Late is the adverb. When did the movie start? Late. Okay? Is it clear? Now, when you are coming to the adverbs, there are 5 kinds of adverbs we are going to learn today. Okay? How many kinds of adverbs? 5 kinds. Which are they? First one, adverbs of manner. Second one, adverbs of place. Third one, adverbs of time. Fourth one, adverbs of frequency. And fifth one, adverbs of degree. Okay? So, you have to remember very carefully how many kinds of adverbs we are going to learn today? 5. Which are they? Adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of degree. Okay. What do you mean by adverbs of manner? Tell us how or in what manner the action is done. Underline that. Okay. Tell us what it will tell us. How or in what manner an action is done. See the example given there. They helped us cheerfully. How did they help? Cheerfully. So, which question word we are using there? How. So, when we are using adverbs of manner, the question word we can ask how to the verb. Okay, is it clear? How did they help? Cheerfully. Help is the verb and cheerfully is the adverbs. So, which question word we are asking to the verb? How. So, they helped us cheerfully. Underline that. And next one. My brother drives fast. How did my brother drive? Fast. So, which is the verb in that? Drive. Which is the adverb in that? Fast. Is it clear? Okay. That is the adverbs of manner. Which word we have to ask to the verb to find out what kind of adverbs? Adverbs of manner. That is, you have to ask a question, how. Now come to the second point, adverbs of place. When you hear that word place mean, then you can understand the meaning of it too. It tells us where or at what place an action is done. Where or what place the action is done. Underline that. Where or at what place an action is done. Please sit here. Where should sit? Here. Okay. Which is the verb in that? Sit. Where you have to sit? Here. So, which word you ask to the verb? Where? Okay. Please sit here. Okay. Now, they looked. They looked everywhere. They looked everywhere. Okay. Where did they look? Everywhere. Which is the adverb there? Everywhere. Okay. They looked everywhere. The third one. Adverbs of time. Adverbs of time tell us when or at what time an action is done. Adverbs of time tell us when or at what time an action is done. Underline that. Okay. When or at what time an action is done. That is the adverbs of time. That is the third type of adverbs. Now, he came yesterday. Which question word is asked to the verb there? When did he come? Yesterday. Okay. When did he come? Yesterday. So you ask when. When is the question word there? I want it now. When did you want? Now. So I want it now. Want is the verb there. Okay. Now we learn three kinds of things. Okay. First one, adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner, which question word you have to ask? How or in what manner it is. Then adverbs of place, you have to tell when or at what time an action is taken. Then adverbs of time, when or at what time. And adverbs of place, you have to use where or at what place it is. So then coming to the fourth one, adverbs of frequency. Frequency means how often or how frequently an action is done. Underline that. Adverbs of frequency tell us how often or how frequently an action is done. Okay. And he reads the newspaper daily. Okay. So, what is the action word there? Adverbs word is coming there. Daily. Okay. Did he read newspaper every day? Yes, daily. Okay. We sometimes watch a movie. What is the adverb coming there? Sometimes. That is how often. Often words or a frequently. Sometimes is coming as the adverb there. Then we are coming to the last one. Adverbs of degree. Tell us the degree or extent to which something happens. Adverbs of degree tell us the degree or extent to which something happens. She entirely agrees with him. Manisha is very beautiful. He draws quite dangerously. See the words there. Entirely, very, quiet. These all words are adverbs of degree. Okay. So, these are the main 5 points you have to learn. Adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of frequency and adverbs of degree. So, when you are coming to the adverbs of manner, you have to ask a question word, how. Adverbs of place, you have to ask the question word, where to the verb. And adverse of time, you have to ask the question word when. And adverse of frequency, mainly the word is coming like how often or how frequently. Then adverse of degree, that is in what kind of extent to which something happens. These are the main 5 points you have to learn. Then an adverbs not only adds to the meaning of a verb, but it also adds to the meaning of a adjectives. Okay, what do you mean by an adjective? Adjective is a word that gives more meanings to the noun. Okay, adverbs means giving more meanings to the word. Adjectives also sometimes we use the adverbs. Okay, and adverbs can now be described as like a word that adds something to the meaning of a verb, an adjective or another word. Okay, so now turn to the next page, page number 55. You can see that adverbs of manner can be formed in the following way. How adverbs of manner can be formed in the following way. So add ly to the adjectives. So I told what is an adjective? Adjective is a word that gives more meanings to the noun. So the examples given in your textbook, look there. She is happy. How is she? She is happy. Happy is the adjective. Okay. So that happy word we can change into adverb by adding ly. But you have to remember the spelling will be different there. So happy will change happily. So what is the spelling of it? Happily. The Y will change ly. Okay, there Y will change into I. Then add ly. Happily. That is the adverb. He is a slow learner. Slow is the adjective in that sentence. But when you change into that in adverbs, he slowly entered the room. How he entered the room? Slowly. So that slowly is the adverb. Okay, not adjective. Now you understood? That is the difference between the adverbs and the adjectives. So when you will add ly to the adjective, the word will come into the adverb according to the sentence. So you should be very careful and do the exercise that is given in your textbook very carefully. The headings are given there below: adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of degree. You can use all the 10 sentences words according to that column in your textbooks. Okay, so read your lesson very carefully once more and then you can do the exercise very carefully. I hope you might have understood what is an adverbs and its different kinds of adverbs. How many kinds of adverbs are there? 5. Which are they? Adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of degree. What is an adverb? Adverb is a word that gives more meanings to the verb. Okay. How to find adverbs of manner? You ask a question. Which word? How. Okay. Adverbs of place. Which word you have to ask to the verb? Where. And adverbs of time. Which question word you have to ask to the verb? When. And adverbs of frequency. It is how the action had taken place. How often or frequently or sometimes. Okay. Then adverbs of degree, in which degree forms, like a comparison, comparative, superlative forms. That is the degrees that we are learning it. So according to that, the sentence will be changed. That one also we learned in the previous classes. Okay, like the words given in your textbook, the example, entirely, very, quiet. Okay, these are the words you can remember and read once more the sentences that you had underlined in the textbook and then do the exercise given in your textbook very carefully. Have a nice day.